We're going to use fresh thyme and fresh Meyer lemons to flavor some of the most delicious tender chicken you'll ever have. The hero ingredients are Meyer lemon and fresh thyme, but I make a balanced marinade to hit all the flavor profiles: salt, sweet, acid, and heat. Let's fix it. First off, we're going to remove all the thyme from its stems. Basically, you just pull against the grain. So if you slide the stem between your fingers and kind of pinch it as you slide against the grain, the leaves will fall right off. I'm going to go ahead and use all of this thyme here, and I think the total amount will be about 2 tablespoons by the time I'm done. That's looking good. Now we'll do the lemon. I'm not using the fine zester that I would normally use for lemon. I want larger pieces so when you bite into the chicken you get a nice punch of lemon flavor. So I'm using this grater instead, and I'm zesting all 3 lemons for this recipe. And next we want to juice the lemons. An unusual find here, this lemon has green seeds it's already sprouting. I'm just going to go ahead and juice all 3 lemons. If there's leftover juice, which there probably will be, I'll just use it for lemon water. Not only does lemon juice provide a nice flavor to the marinade, the citric acid also helps tenderize the chicken, but don't marinate it more than a few hours because then it'll get rubbery. Now we're ready to build the marinade. I'm going to put the lemon zest in first, then the thyme. For the lemon juice, I'm going to measure out 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add between 1 and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and about 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. And a half teaspoon of salt. I'm going to give it a little stir and then taste it to see where we're at. You might have noticed that I only precisely measured the lemon juice and just estimated everything else. Well, the lemon is the strongest flavor, so I wanted to be careful to manage that. But everything else, I feel comfortable just getting it kind of close, and then I can adjust if needed with the taste test.
The seasoning is so flavorful. This
may seem like common sense, but if you're going to taste your marinade, definitely do that before you add the chicken. Just be careful about that because you may be busy and, just don't make that mistake. So now we're going to add chicken thighs to the marinade. I like to use chicken thighs because they have a little more fat, so they have more flavor, and they're also a lot more tender. And this marinade plus the chicken thighs, it makes something truly special that you can get addicted to, and you won't even have to deal with the red menace.
Because if Jerry finds out that I'm hooked on Roger's chicken, I'm back in there with the red menace.
Okay, that's all ready to go. Into the fridge, and then we'll cook it a little bit later.
1 hour later.
As far as pan choice goes, I have 2 choices, stainless steel or nonstick. I decided to go with nonstick this time because the marinade has sugar and you don't want to get too much heat because it'll burn right away, and stainless will typically do that. So just go with low to medium heat and a nonstick pan should be fine. I noticed right away that the oil was really popping off the pan when I added the chicken, so that means the temperature was too hot for this type of cook. I actually turned the pan off for a few minutes to let the pan cool off and calm down, and once everything calmed down a bit, I just turned the heat back on to a little bit lower setting. This is the kind of cook that you want here. It looks like it's kind of like moderately simmering, and that's where you want to go because then the sugars won't burn on, yet the chicken will still cook and develop a nice outer layer. Turning the chicken over, that means that the cold side of the chicken is face down and the pan will cool off right away. So I turn the heat up a little bit just to get the temperature where I want it to be. And you just need to carefully watch things so it doesn't get too hot and burn the marinade, or too cold where the chicken won't cook properly. This chicken is so good, you can serve it at any type of special occasion, maybe even a wedding.
And I like the chipper chicken.
It's a good idea to flip the chicken every 8 to 10 minutes or so. And also, when I flip the chicken, you'll notice that I adjust it so the larger part of the thigh will be at the center of the pan. The center of the pan's a little bit hotter, so of course you want the larger piece pointing inward. I'm getting a sense that the chicken's almost done, so I'm using a meat thermometer to test the smallest piece first, and I'm going for an internal temperature between 165 degrees and 170 degrees Fahrenheit. When I reach that temperature, I just pull the thighs off one at a time until they're all done. The chicken's done, just a little bit of char, which I really like. I think that adds to the flavor. There are a lot of different ways to serve this chicken. It's so full of flavor, and any way you come up with will probably be really nice. What I like to do is I like to take it and put it on gluten-free pasta and then add a few extra toppings on it. So let's do that. This chicken is so tender, I'm hardly having to push down on the knife at all. It's just going right through there like cutting through warm butter. I added the chicken to my pasta bowl. I'm going to add just a little extra olive oil. And then grate on some Parmesan cheese. Who doesn't love Parmigiano Reggiano cheese on pasta? The flavor goes well with the chicken too. And then finally a little fresh basil. The fresh basil pulls it all together. The chicken, the pasta, the Parmesan cheese, the olive oil. It's just perfection. All right, let's give it a taste. Oh, it's so good. I know I'm not supposed to talk with a mouthful, but yeah. All those flavors just come together at once. You have the thyme and the lemon and the heat from the chili flakes and the salt and also the sweet from the maple syrup. They all come together perfectly. This is so delicious. I hope you try this recipe. It is super simple to make and I guarantee you're going to love it. Thanks for watching.